The Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers, king of the cowboys, Trigger, his golden Palomino, and Dale Evans, queen of the West, with Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
I remember a gate across that road.
You were only 10 years old when you and your father left these parts, John. Maybe there have been some changes made.
I'll say there have been some changes made. It seems this is a private road all of a sudden. I'm going to go rip off that sign.
Oh, John, wait!
Who are they, Pop?
I don't know who they are, but nobody's going to rip off my son.
It's a runaway! I'll go after the wagon. You pick up the man running. Isn't that Rogers?
Sure. Who else would be sticking his nose in things that don't concern him? Let's get out of here.
Are you all right?
Susan!
We had a pretty bad scare.
It's more than that. We're expecting a little one.
Oh? Hey, Pat, you better take her to Doc Summers' Nellybelle. I'll get Dale. You follow me in the wagon.
Right.
It's all right for you to sit there quiet. You ain't never been a father. Well, maybe you have, but I ain't never been a father. But I want to know what's taking so cotton picking long. Kicking me out and letting Roy Dale stay. You'd think I had hydrophobia or something.
Well, she's all right.
You mean?
Yes, the doc says it's going to be quite a little while before the baby is born.
Oh.
Now, Pat, just relax.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, her husband's bringing her here.
Here?
Yes, we're going to put them up in one of the rooms. Doc says she needs to rest for a few days. Now, you come help me prepare some food because we'll all be hungry.
Hungry? Who can eat at a time like this?
You can.
And after my father, Jim, died, Sue and I figured we may as well come back and start ranching. I always did want to come back to Paradise Valley. I grew up here, you know.
With the baby coming, we wanted to settle down in a place of our own.
I remember hearing about your father and Harry Kent feuding over some grazing land.
I was only 10. But a 10-year-old kid's more grown up than most folks realize. First, I thought the Kents had chased my father out of the country. I was ashamed of him. Till I got older, then I understood. After Mom died, he wanted me to grow up where it was peaceful and quiet. That's why he took me away.
The Kents have a reputation for being troublemakers. That's a fine bringing up for a child, wondering if his father's going to be bushwhacked any minute.
I wouldn't put it past that Kent to shoot a youngster either. Him and that son of his. A fine pair of coyotes.
Well, the fact remains your father willed you the ranch. You own it, and you have a right to live on it.
But, Roy, you heard what Pat said. I wouldn't want to put Susan or the baby in any danger.
Well, the first thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a talk with the Kents, both father and son.
You can talk to us right now. For your information, Roy, we intend to keep the Wagoners out of these parts.
Dale, take Susan to your room. John, you better go with her. Pat and I'll handle this.
I'm not running away.
We know you're not, John, but your wife needs you. Come on.
Take his gun.
That's for coming back where you're not wanted. He's got about as much guts as his old man had. He's got a wife that's going to have a baby.
All the more reason to get him out of here. We don't want any more Wagners dirtying up the territory.
You almost fixed that this afternoon when you spooked their horses.
Tough, isn't it?
Turn him loose, Pat.
Look at that old coyote did to me. Now I really got hydrophobia.
Get their guns and unload them. The Wagners are taking over their property just as soon as Mrs. Wagner's strong enough to travel.
He homesteaded that property, and he abandoned it. That means it reverts to federal land, and I've claimed it.
He didn't abandon his property, not legally anyway, and he put as much improvement on it as the law required. If you claim that property, it's a fake claim.
We'll see about that. Next time I shoot to kill.
Get out.
Come on, Chuck.
You know, if that old coyote was a few years younger, he wouldn't be walking out of here on his 4 feet. What's the matter, Roy?
I'm just wondering how right Ken is about that homestead law. If he's pulled any tricks, John and Susan won't have any place to go. First thing tomorrow, I'm going to check with the county recorder. And Pat, not a word to the Wagners.
Oh, of course not, Roy. But that old geezer bit me. What if I get hydrophobia?
Well, your first indication will be foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, foaming at the mouth. Hey.